The Palmetto Bowl has had its moments over the years. Ranked matchups, massive upsets, even a fight or two. It's a rivalry game that has defined both of these programs for generations. Welcome, everyone, to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see, the number 20 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on a team from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks. Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. He'll return it. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So South Carolina's offense will go to work first. So the last time these two got together, the nails were chewed down to the cuticles. It was a barn burner. Think we get another one of those, Jesse?
I certainly hope so, Reese. And I know that mental toughness is very cliche in all of sports, especially college football. And David, it's something that coaches are always harping on. But this is one of those games. The team that's most mentally tough at the end, they probably win.
Especially in rivalry games, especially in big moments, especially when there's more to it than just a game. So I think that this is something that who can focus, who can stay disciplined, who can stay tough and keep and block out all the noise.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Terrible way to start this game if you're on offense. You've given up 2 straight negative plays. You ran the ball on first down for negative yards, and then you take a sack now on second down. That tells me this offensive line has got to wake up. You knew this was physically going to be a challenge, but you've got to get ready to go. You've got to fire off the ball because going backwards ain't going to get it done.
And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. And the Gamecocks decide to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. So Clemson's offense has the ball for the first time. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
Well, hopefully he burned that tape because that was not good. That was not what they were wanting to do, man. Just turning the football over, not enough productive plays. And so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get him in a rhythm. Don't make it very complicated. Don't give him a chance to turn it over again. You don't need to put this losing streak to another digit in the column.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was 2 big things. I think one, he was just pressing. He was trying to force the big play to happen when there were other completions to be had. So he's just got to do a better job being patient. And I think the guys around him also have to step up as well. They need to run the football. They need to get that controlled passing game going on early to get into a rhythm, as you said, to help this guy get into a good headspace here early and turn the page from what happened the last time out.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, coming into this one, the offense knew a big key was going to be getting the ground game established. They haven't been able to do that yet. They punted on their opening drive, and they have a negative play here on the first play of their second drive.
They'll go right back to it. There he goes. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37. The Gamecocks moving quickly to the line.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. This rivalry dates back to 1896. It's been a little bizarre with the chicken curse, and it's a bit unusual, too, because the state school, South Carolina, isn't a perennial football power.
No, but it's kind of had its ebbs and flows, a little bit back and forth, some great coaches on both sides, but the in-state hate is beautiful.
You know, there's a lot of great rivalries, especially down in the South and the Deep South. This is one of the better ones, though, because you just never know what the outcome is going to be.
Give me that.
Picked off to stop the threat. Looking for more room. The 40. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
Man, what a play. Now you're setting your offense up for great position, but you want to make big plays as a defense. Not only make big plays, return it a long way down the field. You wanted a touchdown, obviously.
Get out of here.
Great scoring position.
Touchdown, Clemson. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Fellas, wanted to keep you informed on the battle for the Peach State between Georgia and Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech pulled one out today on a day they clearly did not have their best. And that's a testament to those rambling wreck players. That winning game, I really believe it's a thing. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that lap.
Breaks into the open. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and Hill has it. Touchdown, South Carolina.
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Duke came in and applied their own mute button on this crowd. They silenced one of the most vocal home field advantages in football. And it's clear this Blue Devils team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking.
Past the first down marker and still running.
All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The game originally held during the State Fair in Columbia as Big Thursday was officially named the Palmetto Bowl in 2014. The trophy came a year later replacing the old Hardee's Bowl trophy.
Very apropos. A silver palm tree for the Palmetto Bowl. That makes sense, David. This is the biggest sporting event in the state of South Carolina. I know this is a game that you and I have really enjoyed watching over the years.
I mean, so much fun, and the definition, Jesse, of hate all throughout the state. And bragging rights to whoever wins this football game and gets that trophy.
At midfield, he's got room. Big play, takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Turning it on. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Pressure coming.
Tuvo ball.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
I'll tell you what, the offense, they get the big run play, and then what are you thinking? Maybe play action, take a shot. How about the defense? They were ready to roll. Even though they gave up the run, they didn't just play the run. They were ready for the pass and got the big sack.
The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Trying to escape and get it himself. Tripped up for the tackle.
And this defense, how about it, man? Putting some pressure on the quarterback, getting the big sack, but now letting him take off and get so many yards back and climb back in this third down situation. Good response by this offense from a disastrous first down.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. This is makeable field goal range here, but it looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run the sneak for it. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
4th and 1. I think everybody in the stadium knew what was coming. It was going to be QB sneak, trying to get some push. Quarterback, see if you can find a crease. Pick up the first. Keep the drive alive.
They'll toss it to the left. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
Back backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Pulls it and fires to the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. It'll be 3rd and long. Smith dropping to pass. Throws to the tight end. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. How about the tight end showing the athleticism and diving to make that grab?
It's so nice as a quarterback, Reese, to have a tight end who's athletic and can make the play when it's not a perfect throw.
The short hand to Hawkins. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. And the Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking for room, it's Hawkins. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Got stuffed on 1st down, it's 2nd and 10.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimum.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Makes the grab. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
With the run on 1st and goal. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Motion from the wide receiver. Pulls and fires complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground covered. Pick up the 1st.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. That's what a catch, a big fella.
And the Tigers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's out across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and execution continues to be key. He's up to 94 yards on the ground, and that magical 1,000-yard mark is oh so close. They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. On the run, deep down the right side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. Wide receiver going in motion. To the air, it's Denson. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say it's out of bounds, an incomplete pass.
Just got to have better awareness through the wide receiver and understanding where the sideline is. That time, it didn't even look like he was trying to get any feet down in bounds.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Rolling, throwing, looking right. He holds it in, and nobody's close. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. to go up top. They're working that left side. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. The Tigers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they'll put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively. Those passing windows tend to shrink a lot.
Wants to fire on second down. Touchdown, Clemson. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Smith wants to throw. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Finally, a defense. Looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last 2 drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. Setting up 4th down, and that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Makes the catch. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. The Gamecocks will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. First play of the drive, wants to throw. He's going to take off. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42.
It's so hard to defend these guys. You know, it's 1st and 10. Everything's available to you. You don't know if it's run or pass, and then you add in the scrambling element with the quarterback. He does a great job scrambling outside, getting outside the pocket, and then at the end of the play.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Now the play fake. Looking to scramble. Gets the first himself. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
Nice job by the QB sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to pass. It's Denson. Throws to the wideout.
Oh, Lord.
And they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
Lord,
He'll
have
try to
mercy.
take it back.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. That pass is intercepted, but he's out of bounds, so it'll go down as an incompletion and a stroke of good luck for the quarterback. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, the Palm Tree Trophy on the line, and already Clemson and South Carolina have given us some stirring moments. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger, and we might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that...
He's going to fire deep. Makes the grab inside the 30. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line. He is flat slinging it. Tigers hope they can put together an offense like that Deshaun Watson-led group in 2015 that went for over 5,000 yards.
Yeah, and he was so hard to stick out. He was fun to watch, and you watch him scramble around, make plays with his legs. And this offense, it's kind of evolved over the years, and they've changed, but it's pretty much the same. They're going to feature their quarterback. They're going to throw the football, and he's usually a dang stud.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Sweet cut there. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with the pickup of 4. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. Looking downfield, it's Denson. Working that left side now. Races down to the 2 and stopped just short of the goal line as he goes out of bounds.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter they come out and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You can tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Trying to rumble in. Touchdown Tigers. And they take it in for 6 more points. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry, get some emotion, get some momentum on your side.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively, I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Pulls it in. It's Hawkins. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to throw again. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Turns it on down the left side. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all away. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Looking downfield, it's Denson. Complete. Out of bounds at the 22, and just like that, they're out of trouble.
And running backs who can add to the passing game, they can be so dangerous because once they get the catch, they're operating in much more open space than they would be on a handoff. And it really also tests the linebackers' coverage ability and those DBs' tackling ability.
Off the RPO, complete. He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds at the 27 as this offense tries to get something going. Line getting set on second down. Looking to fire. Out of the backfield, he's open. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Looking to throw on first down. Got his man. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Looking downfield on first down. Trying to get rid of it. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play another day.
And you hear people talk about the 4-minute offense all the time in football. What does that mean? That means you're getting first downs, running the clock, and just right now physically dominating up front. Nice job by this offense.
Quick strike complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
The Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Back to throw, it's Denson. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. They're in field goal range here on fourth down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Converts on fourth down, still going. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down.
And how about this coach, man? Trusting their offense, trusting their guys. You could punt the football away here on fourth down and see if your defense can end this game, but he wanted to end it on offense. He trusted his guys, and that is a huge
touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little caution as they try to put a stop to this two-game slide. The Tigers putting down a big paw print right now as they start to pull away from the Gamecocks.
Man, I think you kind of get this here we go again feeling. Clemson had the upper hand in this series for a while now. Clemson always talked about, always loved. South Carolina's got to answer.
I feel like Clemson's been winning on the recruiting trail between these two teams in the last several years now, and I think that's really starting to show itself on the field today.
Give to the back. Got the first down and more. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. And the Gamecocks racing to the line in the hurry up. Smith dropping to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that.
In this situation of the game, it's so hard for the offense to throw it because you're trailing by a lot, so the defense knows you're throwing it. They've got all these extra DBs out there, little fast guys that can break on the football. The windows are so small to throw into, and that's what happened on that last play. Nice job getting the INT.
The RPO, it's complete. Oh, he's got some space. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They want that clock to run. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Looking to throw on 3rd. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Makes a grab, pass to marker. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone and you have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
3rd and goal, and I like the play call. You're trying to run it in. You expect to be physical, but this offensive line just not getting the job done. They need more push.
This defense trying to stand tall on 4th and goal from the 2. Touchdown, Clemson! And they take it in for 6 more points. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, you could make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. Texas is in front. They've played awfully well today in DKR. And while there's no Ricky Williams or Earl Campbell out there, this group is fighting. They're up by 8 over Texas A&M. Implications galore inside the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big should happen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. The Gamecocks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Smith wants to throw. Pocket breaking down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can.
No gain on the play.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. That pass is incomplete.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Boy, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Denson. Back open in the middle. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The offense uses a timeout, 15 seconds left to play.
Timeout, Clemson.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. A shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Quarterback making checks. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He'll take a shot. And it's caught. Touchdown, Tigers. They've built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory. South Carolina did a lot of crowing before the game, but as it turns out, the chicken curse is alive and well as Clemson wins the Palmetto Showdown. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.